Hello, I want to make a video about this psychology video, a very basic video. It has to do with confusing its semantics again, and how you have biases for certain people, and making distinctions for circumstances, and saying it's like contradicting. It goes back to the idea of flippy floppy philosophy and having different things letting our emotions get to. But it's about biases for certain people. How for certain people it's right, might makes right. They're a celebrity, so they can get away with rape or murder or something, and you can't. And how it's right in circumstances where they apply it based on circumstances, preconceived notions, circumstances around a circumstance, surrounding someone, surrounding the circumstance they did, and so on and so forth. So it's one of those kinds of things. And understanding how things can apply to you but not to someone else, or someone's biases and they apply it to you but not to them and biases. This should be a short video. It really should. I hope it is. It's very simple, and it's about biases. This should just be a bias video. And how you have biases and you justify certain things for certain people, and how you don't justify things for certain people. And it comes down to this usefulness that you find in people, and usefulness is what controls what you find useful in someone. That's the very foundation of friendship and things, is finding use in someone. Either ego use, you have the ugly friend to make you feel better about yourself, you have the stupid friend to make yourself feel smarter about them, or you have a smart friend and you see like, well, why is he having a smart friend? I thought he didn't want to feel stupid. Well, they have smart friends to balance themselves off. They want the smart friend so that when they're around certain other people or whatever it may be, they want to feel smart, like they're in a big group. They want to feel one in a group with a smart person, especially when that smart person knows other smart people. They want to feel, by proxy, smart next to them, and they want to feel smart next to other people. They want to balance it out. They want to feel smart by being next to smarter people, and they want to feel stupid by being smart by being next to stupid people. So it works both ways. You can try to feel smart either way, by proxy, by being around other people, or by feeling smarter than some stupid guy that you're with, person. So that's the way it works. You need to find some use in someone. They have to have some practical use, so you can find practical use in the person that's smarter than you, and find some other practical use in them, and still be jealous of them. And that jealousy, I mean, that's another thing. Jealousy and things like that. So jealousy can control how much you go from being jealous of someone to feeling sorry for someone, just based on the circumstance. All of a sudden you can feel jealous of someone or sorry for someone. That's where I think that's where we go. All of a sudden you see something bad happen to someone, you were jealous of them, and of their appearance. Say you were insecure about your appearance and you thought they were better looking than you, at least from your perception, saying just the way you think. Based on some distortion or whatever it may be. That's irrelevant. So regardless of that, so all of a sudden you feel bad for them because something bad happened to them. And then it's like, once they feel better and once they spit in your face and say, I'm better, and you still, then you get jealous again of their confidence, and it's like, well, why can't I feel as good as them when they feel like they're ugly? I mean, it's like, it's constantly between, you hate someone, you like someone, you're jealous, you're not jealous. You feel sorry for them, you don't feel sorry for them. Jealous, not feel sorry, and feel sorry for someone. You want more for someone else, but then that's the same mechanism. You don't want bad for someone else, you want everyone to feel satisfied, but then when they make you feel bad about yourself, you want the worst for them. I mean, it's just a silly game. We're stuck in limbo, and if you don't have these kinds of feelings tugging, warring you, then you're just sort of stuck in the void. You're just, okay, well, nothing makes me feel anything, so I mean, you can feel different things, and there's things that you can prefer to feel over other things, but obviously these are the things that make life so colorful, right? And the things that make life feel so colorful are the things that are tugging a war in you. Obviously the chasing the tail thing, the thing that's driving, chasing you, you're chasing. The deprivations, you're chasing the deprivation of the thing you want, the anticipation, which creates deprivation in you, and causing you to chase it. And the deprivation is the thing that's chasing you, or the things that you're running away from. It's like chasing your tail, or going around in circles and spinning around. I mean, jumping in the game, the life game, jumping from one thing to another. So yeah, there's nothing more to this life game. I mean, that's the conclusion I'm going to come to every time. There's nothing more to this life game. It's very simplistic. I mean, it works on these both ends, feeling good, feeling bad, and it has to do with all these other mechanisms of good and bad, and suffering, not suffering, content, not content, I mean, however you want to word it. Good state, bad state. I mean, really, that's about it. Contempt, not content. That's really all we're doing. So, yeah. So, I mean, people can justify by argument. They can use an argument against you, but not against their friends, or this, that, or the other thing. I mean, they can have a bias against you just because of preconceived notions. You know, it's all sorts of things can get in the way of a relationship that you can find useful. Obviously, Some things just weren't meant to happen, and once they've proven not meant to happen, say you wanted to be friends with someone, but the person dies, it wasn't meant to happen, you become friends with them. Unless you want to obviously go back to this idea that, oh, I'm going to tell myself I was friends with them, make up a story narrative, or even just say I was friends with them even though if I wasn't. You know, you can just make up all sorts of crap, and that goes back to the idea of making things up and things contradicting each other. It's just a matter of semantics, making up lies, saying things, applying things that aren't necessarily true that you can't apply to objective reality, other than based on psychology and interactions with psychology, and how you can come to maybe conclusions in the middle, where you can meet upon a conclusion or something like that. But it's an objective reality, the interactions that are happening, but these things are applying, and the fact that you speak and say something's happening in a certain way, but these things, these ideas are happening by this process, but what you call it, based on the different level of saying that you're friends and he's not friends, is a subjective thing. But obviously there's objective things happening that are explaining these subjective things, or allowing them to happen. So that's it. I don't want to say anything else. I want this to be a long video. So thank you, and until next time, bye.